welcome to Norma'S Star Show. This is our 5th episode of the show, and I would like to introduce our 5th ever recurring special guest, Banhammerfreak. Can we get a round of applause for him, please?
Thank you so much, Norma. It's really good to be here, actually. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Of course. I love having you as a guest. I mean, when you played Unrecognizable last time, that was awesome.
Thank you so much. I really love performing live, especially here. It's always so nice.
All right, now I would like to start with the questions. You know, your new album, Orbit, is coming out tomorrow. How is that?
Yeah, my album, Orbit. I've been working on this album for a couple months, I think since like January or February, and I'm really, really happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask you, like, how different is this album from your other albums? I mean, the album cover looks very colorful, so how is the music?
I would say it's very different. It's more electronic, and I feel like I haven't really done much of that kind of music. I've stuck to rock for a little bit just because that was kind of what I gravitated to, and it was kind of easy for me to make rock songs, but I kind of wanted to challenge myself with music that's kind of harder to make for me, I guess, specifically.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy with how it turned out. I really love all the songs on this album.
Yes, I was allowed to listen to it backstage, and it does sound very different, and I wanted to know, do you think the best song you've ever made is on this album? Because I feel like there are some contenders.
Norma, I actually do think so, but
Yeah.
I don't think I want to say what I think my best song ever is. Because my fans, I don't know, they like to choose which ones are the best, really. And then I tend to play those ones more. And I really just like to do whatever the fans want, because they're really the reason I have this platform. And if I kind of shout out a song that my fans don't like as much, then I'm not sure. But I feel like the song that is my best, there are two contenders, but I'm really thinking of one. The lyrics are just so clever. I made it pretty early in the album. My albums are in chronological order, but it's pretty early on the track list.
Yeah.
And I think just the writing mixed with, how it sounds really, I mean, it stuck in my head all the time. Love that song so much. And I think it's my best.
Yeah. Ooh, I think I know which one it is. Is it Ego Death?
It's actually not Ego Death. See, that one is like, I love listening to it. That one's probably my favorite, but I don't think it's the best. I think the best is a different song.
Okay, well, guys, stay tuned for the album and try to figure out what Banhammerfreak's best song ever is. Because now I'm interested. Because if you're not telling the fans, I don't know damn well you're not going to tell me. I guess it's just a mystery.
It is a mystery.
And last time you were here, not to harshen the mood, but you talked a little bit about your journey with addiction, and you talk about that more on this album. Do you have, any words about that? Like, if someone is going through addiction right now,
Yeah. So, when I first got sober, I mean, I felt absolutely terrible. Like, it was so horrible. When I first got sober, just the worst I've ever felt. Like, I missed doing drugs so bad. I thought about it every second of every day, just, I'd feel so much better if I was doing drugs. And when I got cheated on, I did relapse. And I started smoking a little bit. I never started drinking again, but I smoked for a little bit. I have been sober for about 2 months now. And in my song Awful Well, it really just settled in me when I relapsed the first time. I was like, it really wasn't worth it. Thinking of drugs every single second wasn't even worth it in the end, because it really just ruins your life, ruins your relationships, it ruins your state of mind. Drugs are, not to be that guy, but drugs are really just terrible. They can be fun if you're just smoking them every once in a while, but hard drugs never get you anywhere good, really.
And I'm really glad you said that, because, I mean, a lot of people lately have seen you as this sort of drug king, like, you endorse drugs fully, you think everyone should do that. So I'm glad that you've cleared that up. Now about your relationships.
You always gotta ask me.
Yes, I do. Now, early in the album, we talk about you getting cheated on. How did you find that out?
Yeah, in my song, Somebody Told Me, I mentioned that somebody told me that. It was actually my ex-girlfriend, Longhorn Girl, who told me. She has a song called She's Gonna Get Him, basically about finding out that. And yeah, she sent me a photo of my girlfriend kissing another guy, and I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, she actually called me when that happened and was like, dude, you won't believe this, but yeah, but I mean, later in the song we hear some love songs.
Yes.
Does that mean what I think it means?
Yeah, me and Go-Go Gamer Smart are actually back together. It's really nice in my song Muse. I use vocal chops from the first love song we made together, Together Forever.
No way!
And I really loved that I did that. I really love that song.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I barely heard that in the song. That's awesome. Now, about your writing process, how different was your writing process from your last album to this one?
In my previous albums, I would usually just write lyrics and then put them and just sing them on a track, but for this album, I actually made all of the melodies first. I would like hum along the melody to the track and then add lyrics later, and I think that made the songs much more catchy and like fun. But there was still some writing processing, like I think the hardest to write was probably Muse. I mean, that one, it's really hard for me to write about love, because it just comes so easy, so it's hard to just like put words out, because it's hard for me to make words about that, because it's usually just a feeling.
Ah, that's so sweet. Oh my gosh. So what was the easiest track? What song came most quickly, just was so easy?
I think Ego Death was really easy for me, and I loved those lyrics, just the verses. I think the verses, lyric-wise, are just so beautiful. I think that they are some of the best lyrics I've ever written. I just love how they come together, kind of.
Yeah, those lyrics are beautiful. Oh my gosh. I really love that song, but I think my personal favorite might just be Mrs. I love that one. I'm a sucker for a pop song.
Yes, I know. I do love Mrs. When I was making that song, I was like, this song will be really fun to perform live, but it's not the song I'm performing here tonight.
Nope, but that one I was also a pretty big fan of. Artists usually talk about, like, what their best songs were, what their favorites were, but I would like to know actually what your least favorite song on this album was, because I feel like they were all so good. So I would like to know which one you weren't the biggest fan of.
That's really hard, because, all of these songs just feel so special to me, because I took so long crafting them.
Yeah.
But, honestly, I think Point Now is probably my least favorite, and that song, the reason I made it onto the album was actually because I had an Instagram story voting about it, and my fans voted Point Now, and it made me so upset because I feel like Pretty to Me is really good, and I hope that you will hear it someday, but until then,
Yeah. Aw. Okay, well, can we get a round of applause for Banhammerfreak?
Now I'm